Fluorescent lights and dusty medicine. I'm just stacking boxes, hiding in the bins. You crash the door with tape around your shoe. Laugh and ask, hey, are you the doctor too? I say, I'm not supposed to touch a thing, but your ankle's swelling, flushed and thin. So I kneel beside the bench and take your foot. Try to act like I'm not shaking where I'm put. You bite your lip when I press along the bone. Grab my shirt like it's the only thing you own. Your forehead finds my shoulder on the way, and every beat beneath my collar goes insane. Your hands are way too steady, you should study medicine. Feels like such a waste if you don't begin. You sure you wanna say that to my face? You'd be my first patient in this place. Then promise not to touch just anyone, only me when something's coming undone. If that's how it goes, there's one small change. Could you try to get hurt a little less? The air goes still between our lines, 3 long seconds out of time. You were my first mistake I wanted to make, the rule I knew I'd happily break. In a borrowed white room in a high school hall, you turned a quiet day into a free fall. My first mistake I wanted to make, the risk I took without an exit lane. If every scar begins with one soft quake, you were my first mistake I wanted to make. After class the hallway's almost clear. You call my name like it's the only one I hear. Slip a tiny drawing in my startled hand. Say thanks, fake orthopedist, for what you did. You walk away like it's a trivial thing, just another favor under neon wings. I never think that when you're back in your dorm light, you'll open up that card again tonight. A tiny figure hugs a giant roll of gauze. Behind them scribbled stars without a cause. Thank you doctor, written in a childish line. I read it once, then read it one more time. I trace the little patient under all that sky. Wonder why my chest feels way too tight. One silly card that no one else will see becomes a secret you left here with me. Years will pass and uniforms will fade. We'll grow into the titles that we've made. Doctor, therapist, names that sound like stone. But this is where it started, not alone. In the back of my desk there'll be a fading night. One little patient under hand-drawn lights. Not knowing that your scribble in that teenage room became the place I hide when words feel like a tomb. We don't know yet what will someday be, but this is where you first burned into me. You were my first mistake I wanted to make, the line I crossed and never cared to shake. In a dusty nurse's office with a broken shoe, I learned how fast a heart can move. My first mistake I wanted to make, the promise that I pretended not to take. If every road I walk keeps curving back to you, it started with that ankle and that few miles. My first mistake I wanted to make. Someday they'll put a real white coat on me, call me doctor in a crowded surgery. I'll fix 1,000 lives with practiced hands, but none will shake like that first band. On nights the ward is louder than my head, when every heartbeat sounds like someone else's dread. I'll open that old drawer and find your sky. Remember how my pulse first learned to fly. Someday they'll stand where people come undone, teach them how to walk again and run. You'll see so many faces blur into a stream, but one will still feel like a half-remembered dream. We didn't know it in that sterile light, but that's the first place our futures crossed inside. First time I felt your heartbeat through my sleeve was the first time I learned how not to leave. You were the first mistake I choose again. You were my first mistake I wanted to make, the risk that taught my careful heart to shake. If I could go back knowing what we'd break, I'd still walk into that room and let it ache. You were my first mistake I wanted to make, from fake white coat to real one that I take. If every life I fix is built on what we faced, I'll thank the day you came in laced and late. My first mistake I wanted to make, my first mistake I wanted You drop your physics book onto my desk. Say if I fail this test, it's on your head. I trade equations for your stretching tricks. Between the science lab and gym mats we exist. You draw neat arrows in the margins of my notes. I fix your shoulders when the practice gets too close. Our friends keep teasing, doctors only got one case. Every casual joke lands deeper than it should in place. We trace the same path down the hallway. After school you smell like chalk and resin. I smell like rules. I learn your schedule like it's printed on my mind. But call it tutoring, not crossing lines. We share our time in ways that look like hell. Just study, just warm up, nothing else. We both act like it's routine and cool, but every just is hiding what we feel. Every step we take is almost close. Every word we choose is almost don't. We pretend we don't, but we do. Act like nothing's there when it's breaking through. And every it's nothing, there's a piece of truth. No one has to say it, but it's you. We pretend we don't, but we do. Hide our names inside the things we choose. If anyone asked us, we deny it too. We pretend we don't, but we do. Gym lights burn too late. Practice doesn't end. I stand outside the gate with an umbrella in my hand. I say it's on my way, like it's no big deal. But my heart beats louder than the thunder on the field. Waiting at the gate like it's your shift. Say the road is sleek, you fall if you just sprint. I laugh it off but feel my chest grow tight. Say if you're too good, I'll think you like me, right? I throw it back before my courage breaks in two. Don't say that to everyone the way you do. Cause if you say it like that to only me, I'll start to think it's something real you see. We'll stand beneath the curtain of the rain. No one steps closer. No one walks away. At home they say you're not made for this floor. Put away the leotards, open up the door. Stop chasing that'll study, stay in line. Dreams don't feed you when you run out of time. At home they say stop playing with the ball. Good kids don't chase noise down the hall. You got one safe path, don't turn aside. Medical school, keep your head and eyes. So we tell ourselves we're only passing through, not building something we can't undo. We pretend we don't, but we do. Keep our distance in the middle of the truth. You say don't be too nice, I'll misunderstand. I say don't say that to just any man. We don't, but we do. Let the rain draw lines from me to you. If someone watched us from across the street, they'd see two hearts too scared to meet. We pretend we don't, but we do. The notice comes, provincial team will hold a trial. A dream I've chased since I was a child. The date is stamped on the very same day. You wear your jersey for the Nationals far away. I sit up in the stands to watch you warm. I'm ready to shout good luck above the storm. My coach calls out, your life's not for the cheer. You don't belong just clapping from in here. I scan the rows and all I see is blue. I see a seats where there should be you. The ball feels heavier inside my hand, like maybe you won't be in any play. I turn my back because they tell me to whisper. If I choose this, am I losing you? I bite my tongue and play like nothing's wrong. But something in my chest knows you've moved on. We stand on different courts with the same fear that we won't exist in each other's next year. We never said I like you out loud, but it still hurts not to see you in the crowd. We were nothing, so why we pretend we don't, but we do. Call it wrong time and just to make it through. In every it's impossible we say there's a part that wants to stay. We pretend we don't, but we do. You in your lane and me in mine too. If we were only classmates passing by, why does an empty seat feel like goodbye? We pretend we don't, but we do. Hide our hearts inside the things we choose. If someday someone asks what we were, I'll say when we're what we couldn't say first. We pretend we don't, but we do. We pretend we don't, but we do. We pretend we don't, but we do. But we do. We started out as study breaks and borrowed pens, late night halls, fluorescent lights and whispered plans. You said it's just the notes, don't overthink, but I knew your name by every page of ink.
You fixed my graphs and I untied your spine, swapped tired backs with formulas and lines. We called it help, like that made it less. Two careful hearts rehearsing emptiness.
I learned your schedule like a second tongue, but every step toward you I played off as fun.
We kept our distance
Close enough to feel, telling ourselves this wasn't something real.
Every almost touch, every almost word
was louder than the things they heard. If we were nothing like we used to say, why did it hurt to look away?
They said it's
safer if you stay apart. Don't let a schoolyard echo break your heart. So I held my breath and threw my chance away. Let silence do the talking in my place. I stopped running to you that day, told my feet to turn the other way. If every step toward you felt like wrong, I cut my courage down and walked alone. I stopped running to you that day, left her almost in the things I didn't say. If loving you meant tearing you in two, I told myself the kindest thing was losing you. I stopped running to you that day. One night I left the gym before the drills. Your game at 7 written on my will at the cross, and there's a child without a hand. I move before I think, just reach and stand. Lights and brakes and everything goes white. My future flickers out of frame that night. On the court my ears are ringing in the noise. Crowds a blur around a team of boys. I push through quarters with a fractured view. Look up and can't find any trace of you. When the buzzer hits I run out through the door, chasing rumors down the corridor. I wake up to the quiet of a room, parents saying he stayed away, that's good for you. I reach the ward with a paper bag of fruit. Here she won't see that boy again, that's the truth. So I believe what I'm supposed to hear, and you believe I was never there. They said, forget the game, forget the name. High school hearts all been the same. They said, forget the girl, just chase your score. Don't go knocking on that door. Stop running to you that day, let their warnings lead me far away. If every road toward you felt like wrong, I cut the map in half and moved along. Stop running to you that day, let unanswered messages just fade to gray. If trying once meant losing you for good, I did the coward's thing they called you should. Stop running to you that day, stop running to you that day. I stopped running to you that day. Graduation crowds are spilling on the grass, names and numbers, caps that rise and crash. I scan the rows where you were meant to be, just an empty chair staring back at me. Speakers play a song about move on, but all I hear is everything that's gone. That old familiar ringing fills my ears, turns every voice into a disappearing year. Somewhere else I'm learning how to walk, in a different school, a different block. I tell myself you never came my way, you tell yourself I turned away. We were a story that we never got to write, cut in half by doors we closed too tight. Two kids who never said I love you out loud, still breaking like we made a vow. We were broken without ever being whole. They said you'll both be fine if you forget. Time will wipe away what you regret. Maybe they were right about the years, but not about the ringing in our ears. So stop running to you that day, told my heart that distance was the way. If every step toward you shook the ground, I kneeled my feelings down and stayed around. Stop running to you that day, but every crowd still feels a bit too strange. If we were nothing like they always knew, why does every nothing still feel like you? I stopped running to you that day, I stopped running to you that day, I stopped running to you that day.
bright, cold, steady hands, I move like ice. Every cut is clean, every line precise. I fix the ones who bet their bones on gold, take their dreams and send them back on roads. There's a ringing in my ears I never treat, echoes from a game in one missed seat. I keep my life in tidy scans and plans, nothing off the chart, nothing unplanned.
Bright room, colored bands and careful steps. I teach them how to trust their legs again. I say go slow, don't throw your whole life in. Don't bet your everything on just one win.
I don't say forever, I just say today. I keep my heart outside the notes I make. Every time someone says I risk it all for you,
I smile and change the subject to new set of new lights on the 7th floor. Another ribbon cut, another sliding door. New badge with my name beneath the sign. Rehab therapist like it's just another line.
2 signatures beneath the same bright roof, both pretending we have nothing left to prove. They say you're here to fix, not feel. Hold your distance if you want to heal. So I learned the bones and everything they do, and quietly avoided anything like you. My first patient is still you. Every old fracture hides inside the new. I touch the charts, but all I see is truth. I never learned to sever my heart from you. My first patient is still you. Years went by, but nothing really moved. I stitched the world and somehow still came back to my first patient, and it's you. In the meeting room, the cameras flash and talk. I'm standing with the clipboard by the wall. A player sways, then drops against the floor. Suit and tie concerned, but no one moves in close.
I drop my notes and cut across the noise. Kneel beside his leg, block out the void. Ankle, I say it's a twisted fall. Check the swelling, don't let him stand at all.
My answer leaves my mouth before I think. That angle casting out would be too thick. Start with ice and pressure, gentle, slow. Let the joint itself decide where it can go.
We both look up and the room slides out of frame. The only sound left is the echo of our names.
Dr. Goo, it really has been a while. First time anyone's called me that with that smile. Fake ortho finally turned into the real one.
And you, still that patient who runs till she comes undone. We talk like strangers standing in the light, but every word is borrowed from that night. They say you two make an excellent team, surgeon in rehab like a perfect scene. But they don't see the card still in my drawer, the name you gave me when we were kids before.
My first patient is still you. Every treatment plan keeps circling back to you. I sign my notes and act like this is new, but my shaking hand gives me the truth. My first patient is still you. Every careful touch has something old in view. I ask, does it hurt? But what I really mean is, did it hurt when I let go of you?
We learn to heal, but not from you.
Night shift office, city lights below. Everyone's gone home, nowhere else to go. I pull a drawer that I should have sealed. Inside a crooked card I never healed. Fake ortho, Dr. Goo in your teenage hand. The tiny joke that split my life in halves. I laugh once, then feel it hit my chest. All the words I never said compressed.
Down the hall, I'm reading through your newest chart. Your name and mine not far apart. Attending in rehab, side by side in blue.
2 lines that say what we can't say in the room. We walked in circles, changed our coats and views, fixed 1,000 bodies, never me and you. And every scar and every bruise we knew, the one we never touched was always you.
The one I never healed was you.
They say you're brilliant when you stay detached. Hands of steel, a mind that never cracks. But every time you walk into the room, the ringing in my ears becomes a tune. They say you drink till you're the safest spot. You help them stand but never overstep. But every time you say my name out loud, my careful balance starts to shake.
My first patient is still you. Every diagnosis leads me back to truth. I learned the bones, the tune. You think you're saving them, you're saving me. In a clinic line with jerseys on the wall, I say one more game could cost it all. Take the season off, let the fracture rest. Winning's knowing when to stop, that's best.
You cross your arms like risk is always wrong, like every broken bone must end the song. I
see a kid who's scared to let it go, who just wants one more chance to feel the glow.
I've seen careers go dark in one bad play. I've seen the price when no one says you're safe.
I watch them heal when someone says I'll stay.
Let's find a different path so you can stay.
You call it hope, I call it one more scar, one more reason that they won't get far.
You call it fear, I call it honesty.
You're not the only one who's seen them bleed.
We stand on different sides of the same dream,
pulling on the same torn seam. You think you're saving them, I know you are, but every word you say is stitching up my scars. And every don't give up and every try, you pull me from the edge I hold inside. You think you're saving them, you're saving me. When the room gets loud, you're the one I hear. You stand between their pain and what they'll be, not knowing you're the one who rescues me. You think you're saving them, you're saving me.
Our voices bounce like echoes off the glass. You say if he keeps playing, he won't last.
I say if you cut his dream in half, he might never find his way back to this track.
And somewhere down the hall, an alarm cuts through, sharper than the cheer of any crowd. I knew the letters on the chart all blur and slide. The hallway stretches, bends from side to side.
Papers hit the floor, my balance goes. My breath turns shallow, coming in too close. All the sounds collapse into one long ring, like I'm back inside that night I never leave.
I see your shoulders lock, your knuckles white, your eyes go distant in the neon light. I catch a hand and pull you from the stream into an empty room between the sheets.
See how, look at me slow and clear. Each quiet word is pulling you back here. The sirens fade, the footsteps lose their edge. The ringing softens underneath what you said.
I'm right here, breathe with me, nice and slow.
Count it in your chest, let the outside go.
In all that noise, your voice cuts clean,
the only sound that ever reaches me.
The world falls quiet when you say my name,
and suddenly I'm not alone in this wave. You think you're saving them, I see you do, but here behind the door you're saving me too. In every look at me, in every breath we share, you pull me from the dark I keep in there. You think you're saving them, you're saving me. Turn the volume down so I can breathe. You think it's just your job, your daily scene, but you're the proof that I can still believe.
You're the doctor, I'm just doing what I do. I don't know what I am to you.
You think you're saving them, you're saving me.
You say I'm only working, nothing more,
but you're the reason I still hear the world.
You think you just pull patients to their feet.
You've been pulling me back from beneath.
You're the reason I can hear at all.
I always thought I only helped them stand.
Count their steps, then let go of their hand.
But in your eyes I see a different truth.
Someone I've been holding on to too.
You don't know what you have been to me.
You're the proof I still can hear.
You see,
Two people built
built a passion, hold the line, learning they've been keeping each other alive. We thought we only fixed the ones who fell, not knowing we were saving ourselves. You think you're saving them, ooh, you think lessons learned watching you. You think you're saving them,
You're saving me.
two directions pulling from the same deep sea.
We stand between their pain and what they'll be,
And slowly learn to heal what's underneath. You think you're saving them. At the nurse's desk, they laugh between the charts. Remember that boy who kept asking after that car crash? Girl's heart. Came here every day and never left a name. Dropped off little bags, then walked away again. The dates line up with the year I disappeared. That bed, that room, that too bright ceiling near. I go back home and climb up to the shelf, pull down an old phone I never let myself sell. Dust on the screen, the battery barely glows. I press and wait to see what it still knows. Then messages appear I've never seen. Your name lighting up a year I thought was clean. Game went well, next time come and see. Are you okay? I'm at the gate this week. All the words I once believed you never wrote were sleeping in a box I never opened on my own. Together we built our blame on what we didn't see. Two kids in different versions of the same story. That year we were wrong, just out of reach. You were in the hallway, I was in the sheets. You heard stay away, don't come in too deep. I heard he won his game, he doesn't need you here. That year we were wrong, just out of reach. You thought I closed my eyes and turned a leap. I thought you chose the world instead of me. Two stories born from words we didn't really hear. We weren't wrong, just out of reach. We weren't wrong, just out of reach. On the stairwell, landing quiet, humming lights. You hold your phone up, screen against my eyes. Goo yow, back then, did you come for me? Every unread line is shining in between. I feel the weight of every year I never asked. Every mile I ran away from my past. My fingers close around the metal rail. I thought you didn't wanna see me there. I was lying in the bed, could barely move, convinced the whole wide world didn't need me, including you. They said you won and never once looked back, so I taught my heart to never ask. I stood outside your door and heard them speak. They said for her own good, keep that boy out of reach. So I held my breath and never stepped inside, thinking walking in would ruin your life. I lay inside and heard another line. They said he won't stop his game for you this time. So I turned my face away from the light, learning how to live without your side. Same four walls, two different scripts. We let those half-heard sentences decide our steps. That year we weren't wrong, just out of reach. You at the doorway, feet glued to the steel. I on the inside, trying not to feel what the rest obey and what we thought was real. That year we weren't wrong, just out of reach. You thought I shut you out, refused to speak. I thought you never tried to look for me. So we grew up with half a memory. We never heard the same sentence complete. I stood there with a paper bag and fear, thinking one more knock would interfere. I left no name, no note, no clue, hoping you'd be better if I wasn't near you. I lay there counting cracks above my head, thinking if you cared you'd be beside my bed. I killed your name in every silent prayer, so I wouldn't hate you for not being there. That year we weren't wrong, we were just outside, too young to cross the lines in grown-ups' lives. We didn't know how to reach across that door, so we stayed where someone told us we belong. That year we weren't wrong, we were both afraid, trying to stay kind in a messed up way. If someone had opened just one more door, we might have seen we weren't at war. No heroes, no villains in that sea, just two of us with everything between. We broke erased me. That year we weren't wrong, just out of reach. Two hearts listening through a broken speech of love and then men staying out of view. We did the best we knew to do. We weren't wrong, just out of reach. We weren't wrong, just out of reach. We weren't wrong, just out of reach. We weren't wrong, just out of reach.
On the stage, the lights are white and clean.
Name tags glowing underneath the screen. They say Dr. Goo and his overseas team. Back then his research changed the field.
At that time, who worked by your side?
We pulled all-nighters, lived on coffee lines.
He never finished cups.
Just watched the graphs and skies.
Even then I knew the way
His mind would shine. From the back row seat I clap on cue, watching someone tell a version of you. Thinking if I had never crossed your way, would you be standing there with her today?
my eyes find you, a shadow in the crowd. The only one whose
Silence makes me loud. You have a life that looks so straight. Research titles, futures all in place. If I'm just a twist along your road, I'd rather walk away than shake your world.
we stand on different
Different sides of this bright screen, both afraid to say what we still mean. I'm not your second choice, I'm your first time. If you reach for me, then let it burn.
I won't be the quiet name you dial.
Only when your other plans run out of miles. I'm not your second choice, not your spare light. Don't come to me only in the night. If I'm in your story, let it be the start, not the just in case you hide inside your heart. Not your second choice, I'm your first. I'm your first.
They slide a contract with our faces side by side.
Recovery icon, a young star in white.
Her smile fits cleanly into every frame.
I stand there like a guest inside your name.
Later on the rooftop where the city breeze,
You find me resting by the metal beams.
I say, if there'd been no crash, no missing years,
Would you be down there with her? No tears.
you and her, quiet home, a steady street.
A clear, respectable and simple beat. I let the question hang between our feet, waiting for the lie that would be neat.
I could've stayed where every step was planned.
Coffee journals, foreign winterland.
You could've had a life that never cracked.
No unfinished race, still pulling your back.
So if you choose me,
Don't make it halfway. Don't call my name when you lost your other way.
I'm not your second choice,
I'm your first time. If you reach for me, then let it burn.
I won't be the standby heart you call.
When every safer road begins to fall, I'm not your backup doctor on your chart, not the patient you revisit when you're torn apart. If I'm in your life, write me in as us, or let me go and I'll call this enough. Not your backup, I'm your first. Your backup, not your backup, I'm your first.
If none of this had gone wrong,
No crash, no years we had to spend alone.
could you have been with her instead of me?
Living that steady life they say you need,
The kind of life is fine, I won't pretend.
but it's not the one I want in the end.
I could drink that coffee, walk that line,
But every road I take curves back in time.
you're not fake ortho anymore, not that boy.
I'm not a passerby you happen to restore.
You have to know this,
Say it till it hurts.
I am not your second choice on earth.
You were never second best, not once to me.
You're the one I changed my starting line to meet.
If I redraw my life, if I reverse the run, it's your lane that I would stumble is the only one that feels wrong. Not your second choice, I'm your first.
No more, maybe later.
No rehearse. If we fall from where we jump. Not from some half-cat borrowed love. Not your second choice, I'm your first. I'm your first. Not your second choice, I'm your first. Not your second choice. On the screen were sketches with another name, the doctor losing sound and pouring rain, the therapist who can't see any shades, just black and white and lines she has to trace.
The crowd sees heroes in a perfect frame.
Look how they fix the world, they say,
but sitting side by side there in the dark,
we see the night that almost broke our hearts.
They clap for how we helped them stand again,
not how we learned to stand as more than friends.
They see the story of how we saved their lives.
We see the way we barely made it out alive.
Dr. Goo, what do you think this story means?
Even if you feel misplaced in your own scene,
like you're the wrong piece in a perfect view,
you might still be the place one person runs to.
And you, Miss Lynn,
what does it say to you? That the one who runs straight through the storm might be the one you swore should not be born. The one you thought would ruin all your plans still ends up the place you choose to stand.
We talk like it's about the film on screen,
but every word falls somewhere in between. In the season you were shining, I chose you. Out of all the safer roads I knew, they only saw the halo on that screen. I saw the way you held the broken parts of me. In the season you were shining, I broke lines, stepped outside the life they underlined. Maybe I was wrong in every rule I moved, but in that light my heart still ran to you. When you were shining, I chose you.
After all the questions and the flashing phones,
we climb the stairs until we're almost alone. City lights are freckles on the glass, our shadows overlap but do not ask if there been no sirens and no scars, no surgery, no ringing in your heart.
if we had walked a simple straight alive,
Will we still have ended here, you and I?
I watched the wind pull straight hair past your face,
A trembling question hanging in that space.
I don't know where we'd be without the fall.
Maybe strangers in a hospital hall,
But if the world rewound and played again,
there's something I still do the same. Even if there was a smoother cue, a quiet life laid out in front of you,
I'd still leave the line they told me to.
step out of place and run straight into you. Season you were shining, I chose you. Cut across the careful life they drew. They had my number printed on a seat. I left it there and ran back to your street. In the season you were shining, I cut in lines, skipped the future they had underlined. Maybe I was wrong in every rule I moved, but every wrong still led me back to you. When you were shining, you can't just cut the line and call it fate. Even line cutters still have to wait.
Then I'll start from the first row of your life.
Every year, every choice, I'll stand in line.
If there's a gate in front of you, I'll stay
Till it opens and I hear you say my name.
I change my starting line just to reach you.
Down below a park is holding someone else's game.
A child hits the ground and cries your same old name.
I run to lift them up and wipe their eyes.
Teacher Lynn is how they hold on to my side.
You draw, don't cry in the air in 3 small strokes. They laugh through tears like someone told a joke. Behind us on a tiny screen they play. They animated us patching up a broken day.
They made a film about the cracks we try to mend,
But they don't know the parts that never end.
some stories don't fade when credits rolls through.
They just moved to quieter streets with the same. In the season you were shining, I chose you. Not the safer path they handed me to use. If I get another life, another run, I'll still be the one who breaks the line for you. Season I was trying not to glow. You were the only one who still showed. If I get another chance to run that night, I'll still be the girl you cut in line to mine. Season you were shining, I chose you. Every broken road still bent to you. We were never just the heroes on that screen. We were two kids learning how to breathe. Shining. When you were shining, I chose you. When you were shining.